Hi guys, this is Mike and this will be an honest review of the STRYMON ZELZAH Multidimensional Phaser Pedal. By the way, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and I hope you consider subscribing, especially because currently I'm working on a big phaser shootout between 12 different phasers. That's right, not 10, not 11, wait, there's more. There's a 12th phaser pedal that I'm going to test. In that video, I will try to go into a lot of depth, tell you all the pros and cons of these pedals, give you a lot of sound samples with different guitars, and hopefully at the end of that video I'll also find my new favorite phaser pedal. So if you're interested in phaser pedals, even in the slightest, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Okay, but today the star of the show is the STRYMON ZELZAH. This, by the way, is a stereo pedal, so definitely use headphones. I'm going to play this in stereo, and I'm also going to compare it against the standard phaser pedal, the MXR Phae 95. Right? So the first thing we do in this kind of videos is test out the bypass switch. We check for switching noise, and for reference, here's the volume of the clean sound. Okay, so here's the STRYMON. Wow, that's actually dead quiet. I don't hear anything. Let's try out the MXR in comparison. Right, so as you can hear, the MXR is audible, totally usable on stage, but the STRYMON is actually, quieter than that. So that is great. Okay, let's actually start with the first sample, which is on the classic setting here. Speed is at 9 o'clock, depth and mix is on 12 o'clock. By the way, the mix works as following. All the way to the left is the dry sound, 100%. All the way to the right is the wet sound. But the loudest signal is actually at 12 o'clock when you have both signals equally loud, right? So this is how it sounds. Right, so as you can hear, the MXR boosts the signal a little bit in this setting. To counter that, let's actually engage the script setting and let's try again. Let's put the depth on the ZELZAH to 3 o'clock. As mentioned, all the way to the right would just be the phasing sound, and it doesn't actually sound that nice. Right, so as you can hear in this setting, in the classic setting, the Phae 95 is actually a little bit deeper. But we can counter that by going to the Barber setting. Right, so that's now a really nice and lush and deep sounding phaser. Let's actually put the depth back to 12 o'clock. Let's see what happens. Interesting. I actually have the feeling that the Zelzah in this setting actually lowers the volume a tiny little bit, whereas the Phase 95, even on the script setting, boosts it a little bit. Let's actually go to a faster setting here. Let's see how that sounds. Right, so in this setting you can actually hear the stereo separation or the stereo spread of the Zelzah, which sounds pretty nice, but you can also hear that the Phase 95 is still a little bit deeper. Let's go actually to the two-stage phasing of this pedal, which is the red function here, the Phase 45. And yeah, let's compare that. Yeah, to be honest, I really like the sound of this pedal on this faster setting, even though maybe it's not as deep as the Phase 95 pedal. It still sounds pretty nice. Let's actually go to the envelope here where your phasing sound is controlled by the attack. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, sounds nice as well. Definitely usable on some songs. Okay, so that was the fourth stage. Let's go back to the Barber. Let's set the speed to 12 o'clock. We're just preparing for after we try the 6-stage phaser. And let's go to the 6-stage phaser and let's see what the difference is. Let's turn on the resonance. Okay, sounds almost like a flanger. This LFO that goes in the background sounds pretty nice, definitely usable as well. Yeah, I definitely liked that. I actually liked the strong setting here on the resonance. Sounded pretty nice. And now, of course, let's try both at the same time. And I set it to parallel, so you should hear the 6-stage phase on the right side and the 4-stage phase on the left side. Let's see how that sounds. Let's try something else. Let's set the 6-stage phaser to a very fast setting and the 4-stage phaser to a very slow one. Now the opposite. It's actually a little bit too fast. Yeah, so as you can hear, in stereo, it really fills out the space. I really like that. Whereas the Phase 95 sits perfectly in the middle, and actually in that comparison sounds a little bit bland and boring. Question, of course, is do you have 2 amps or do you have a digital setting maybe where you could use a stereo phaser? That's the question, really. But yeah, sounds pretty nice, actually. I'm pretty surprised. I'm usually not a fan of like digital phasers, but this one sounds pretty good. Let's go back to one last setting because I really liked it on the Phase 95, which is on the script mode and a pretty fast rate. Let's see if we can recreate that on the Zelzah. Or how about we make the left side pretty slow, but turn the mix all the way up. Wonder how that sounds. Let's put the resonance to strong here. I mean, as you can tell, this pedal actually invites you to experiment a little bit in comparison to just a standard one button, one knob pedal like the Phase 95, right? Yeah, sounds pretty nice. Sounds definitely more interesting than this. Yeah, cool. One last thing we can try is actually this pedal actually with Overdrive. So let's try that. yeah, I mean, yeah, sounds pretty cool. There's really no question about that. Sounds really nice. I mean, it doesn't maybe sound as warm or like analog as the all analog MXR Phase 95, right? But it sounds pretty nice. Does it sound as nice as a lot of other pedals in different price brackets? Well, for that, you have to check out my big shootout that's upcoming. In a couple of weeks, it should be online, I guess. I'll also do a shootout between 3 stereo pedals, with this pedal and the TC Electronic Helix and, well, one more, which is a surprise. So if you see that, also please subscribe and hit the notification bell. But for now, yeah, guys, I hope you liked this video. Please leave a comment if you did. And yeah, stay tuned. Have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye.
With 2 eyes.